when I was in school as a student, both elementary, not so much high school, but then in college, at least for intramurals, we used these apron-like jerseys that went over your clothes, went over your shirt to distinguish teams for certain games. You know, basketball, you had a couple teams, or kickball, or, basically anything that required the teams to intermix on the field and you needed something to distinguish you from the other team. Rather than doing shirts and skins, which was socially unacceptable at the time, especially when you're doing co-ed. It makes a difference. So, something's ticking, that's cool. We wore these things called Pinnies. And being that the first time I was introduced to these, I was an elementary school student, maybe fourth grade-ish, we put on the pennies. And the only other penny that I had heard of before that was the currency, the coin. And so naturally, being the 8 to 10-year-old that I was, I thought they were spelled the same. I knew they weren't the same thing, but I thought they were spelled the same. And so I just went on through my life believing that. It wasn't until just recently, I don't even remember what it was that I was looking at, but for whatever reason, I came across the word written out, and I was real quick to be like, oh, hold on, somebody misspelled something here. Because what had happened was they had spelled the word penny referring to the jersey. I think I was doing a crossword puzzle. And the word that I needed was penny, because it was talking about a jersey-like top. And I thought it was penny, but the letter I was where the E should have been. So if you haven't caught on already to what I'm talking about, penny, like the currency, P-E-N-N-Y, is different than penny, what is like the top, the pullover jersey. And that's P-I-N-N-Y. And I was like, why in the world are they spelled differently? You know what? What is the point, English language? Why are you spelling two words that are pronounced the same way differently from one another? And essentially what I arrived at was that penny, P-I-N-N-Y, is short for pinafore, P-I-N-A-F-O-R-E, pinafore, which evidently is a jumper-like top that is shaped similarly to it goes over another piece of clothing, to add color or accent or whatever. And so therefore, obviously, because pinafore is spelled with an I, then penny, which is short for it, is spelled with an I. So that was just a tiny little knowledge bomb, a little knowledge firecracker that was dropped on me recently. And I thought it was worth sharing, because I can't be the only one, I hope I'm not the only one, that has ever made the incorrect association of those two words. So you're welcome. If you didn't find that valuable, then you're still welcome. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.